On this day in history, the 40th anniversary of the fall of Saigon, Adolf Hitler committed suicide. New York's World Fair opens, and George Washington gives his first presidential inaugural address. Newsmax, of course, brings you historical documentaries throughout the day about the most important moments in history, like the ones that occurred on May 2nd, 2011.
In the early morning hours of May 2nd, 2011, the Central Intelligence Agency launched Operation Neptune Spear and set into motion a mission to bring one of the world's most notorious terrorists to justice. All indications were that Osama bin Laden was asleep as the U.S. Naval Special Warfare Development Group, known as SEAL Team 6, approached his highly secured three-story Pakistani-based compound. From entry to exit took approximately 45 minutes, with the bulk of time being used to gather up a plethora of al-Qaeda intelligence materials. When located in his living quarters on the third floor of his compound, the head of the Islamist group al-Qaeda was found using his young wife as a shield. The Obama administration reported the 54-year-old terrorist was given a traditional Islamic burial at sea. 9 years, 7 months, and 21 days following his infamous attack on New York's Twin Towers, killing thousands of innocent civilians, its mastermind, Osama bin Laden, was dead. You're watching An American Moment on Newsmax TV.
And welcome back to Newsmax Now. Let's take a look now at some of the stories making headlines around the world. Texas Senator Ted Cruz blames President Obama for, quote, inflaming racial tensions. The Republican presidential candidate says the president worsened race relations, calling Obama divisive rather than unifying. His remarks came during a meeting with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C. Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush seeks to woo Hispanic voters over the GOP. The likely 2016 presidential contender attended the National Hispanic Christian Leadership Conference yesterday. Jeb believes some of the estimated 11 million illegal immigrants in America should have the opportunity to stay here. The Obama administration is trying to calm worries over a military exercise in the Southwest. Operation Jade Helm 15 will take place in July. It's a special warfare exercise that will train service members for combat, but it's got the public worried that the government is attempting a federal invasion. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is sending the Texas State Guard to monitor that particular exercise. New numbers out from the Labor Department today. The reports say the number of people filing claims for unemployment is at a 15-year low. Some economists say this is a sign of a strengthening labor market. Japan's prime minister apologizes to the families of Americans who died during World War II. Yesterday, Shinzo Abe became the first Japanese leader to address a joint session of Congress. He said he was remorseful over the way Japan acted during that war, saying that the country's actions brought a lot of suffering to people. It looks like North Korea's leader is skipping what would have been his first trip overseas after taking power. As practices continue for next month's Victory Day parade in Moscow, Kim Jong-un was on the list of more than 24 world leaders scheduled to attend that event, but now Russian officials say he won't be there. Fight night in Vegas this weekend will mean literally hundreds of millions of dollars flying around. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao arrived in Vegas earlier this week for a boxing match 5 years in the making. Each could earn more than $100 million for just one night of violent work. And some estimates put the total revenues from the fight at somewhere, around $500 million. That's a lot. Nevada Senator Harry Reid, a former boxer, says he's not naming a winner, but...
I was going to say I'm not picking a winner. I wish both men the best of luck. But admittedly, I'm a little biased because of my relationship with Manny Pacquiao.
Reid says Manny Pacquiao has campaigned for him in the past, and the two are very close. Pacquiao is also a congressman in the Philippines. California firefighters battle a blaze in Fresno. Officials there say the fire engulfed several power poles in the area. As you can see, firefighters say there's plenty of fuel for the vegetation fire, and they're worried because there isn't enough water hydrants in the area to fight this type of place. If you like to spend time outside, you just may need to get to Memphis. Now open the Bass Pro Shops Pyramid. Yep, the place has basically everything. A cypress swamp with live alligators, a bowling alley, a duck hunting museum. Sounds like your kind of place, John. There's even a hotel.
On the itinerary, Miranda.
You love it? I'm sure it is. There's even a hotel inside. And of course, plenty of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear to buy. The 32-story pyramid, briefly home to the Memphis Grizzlies, cost nearly $200 million to build this thing. Look at that.
They call it Outdoor World for a reason, Miranda.
You look for Outdoor World for, I like it, how you got all manly.
It's on the docket. Here you go. You can see what's coming up later here today on Newsmax TV. Stick around. We'll be here for the rest of the day. Take care.